are going to be using a number line to add and subtract. And then we're working on change unknown in the problem and then also result unknown. So being able to mix both of them. So we've done them before where they can do just one in isolation, and now we're mixing them all up to make sure that they know what they need to do.
Can anyone remind us what we have been practicing for the last maybe week, right, in math so far? Leilani?
Number lines.
Okay, what about number lines? What do we know about a number line? Why do we go backwards when we subtract?
They get smaller.
They get smaller. So when we subtract, our numbers are getting smaller, right? Okay.
So one of the things that we've been working on is talking with the partner. So one of the questions that we're focusing on is how did you know that that answer is correct?
How do you know that it's correct?
So when they're talking to each other with their partner, hoping that they can very precisely talk about their steps and what they've done to find the answer.
How do you know? Did you go backwards or forward?
So we've been working on our previous lesson that we have finished is working with measurement and being able to compare lengths, and then also looking at different units. So now we're transitioning into using a number line, thinking of those numbers as units, and being able to add and subtract on the number line. In the past, they only used number lines that had the numbers written on the number line. And so now we're trying to transition into taking those numbers away and just using hash marks, or some of them are also able to do open number lines where they're putting in their own hash marks when they need them.
Is my number going to get bigger or smaller if I take 3 away?
Smaller?
Smaller. So which way do I have to jump then?
Backwards.
Backwards. Okay, so keep that in mind. Show me how you would do this problem of 12 minus 3 then.
I think the goal is to understand with the numbers, as far as if it's a unit of some sort, it can be measurement or an object, to be able to understand what is happening with those numbers, and if there's a missing change, being able to add or subtract that change. Where in the past, I don't feel that they were exposed to algebra as much, so they just looked at those numbers and saw a plus sign and wanted to add them together. And now they have to understand what is happening with the numbers in order to find the result that they are looking for.
What did you start with? And then what did you do after that?
I go backwards 3 jumps and then I land on 4.
All right, so circle 4. All right, ready? I want to show us really something very, very cool that Edgar did, and I bet you that he's still practicing it. And let's see. So our equation was 7 minus something equals 3, right? So did everybody start at 7 here? And then jump until they landed on 3?
Yeah.
Look at Edgar's. Did he still get 4 as his answer?
Yes.
He did. How many did he subtract? How many did you subtract?
3.
3. So instead of doing 7 minus something equals 3, he really did 7 minus 3 equals question mark. Did that get him?
The kids are really starting to work together, especially when they were doing the activities, and also starting to use different techniques and different strategies in order to add and subtract on the number line. I definitely saw them being able to make use of structure. So when they were making use of structure, they're using their number line, being able to work on, also when they were using the iPads, use the 10 frames to work on their addition and subtraction facts as well. So when they're using their 10 frame, they're able to make a 10 instead of just counting by ones to fill it, using those strategies and structures.
5. What is not this one? 10. Which one are you doing? Oh, the ball. It's the ball side. No, 1, 4, 3, 3.
6 is equal to 12 minus blank. Are we going to start at 6 on our number line? This is a challenge. Let's think about this. Where are we going to start in this one? Which is where? 12. Look at this. If I take away this equals 6, what do we see here?
We have 12. That's all.
Hold on. If I take those away, what equation do I see right here?
12 plus blank. 12 minus
12 minus blank. And then what should be over here?
6.
Equals 6.
And minus 12.
Okay. Did you know that fact in your head? How did you know it?
12 minus 6 equals 6.
What addition fact do you know that helps you solve that?
Double fact.
Ah, did you guys hear her?
A double fact?
This is a doubles fact, right? What's the addition number sentence that goes along with the subtraction?
6 plus 6 equals 12.
Right. Do you guys know 6 plus 6 equals 12 in your head?
Yeah, I did know that since I was in kindergarten.
Very good, right? So do we have to jump by ones if we know that doubles fact?
No.
We don't. And if it's hard to see 12 minus blank equals 6, we can do our related fact.
And then we can go on 6.
And we can do 6 plus blank equals 12.
Or
Do we know? We know that one in our head already, don't
I
we?
know things like 12 minus 6. What you're thinking is 6 plus 6.
Exactly, right? Because you already know that fact in your head, and that's why it's okay to do this big jump from 12 minus 6 equals 6, because you know that doubles fact already, right? Very good job. I am so glad to see that everybody has moved up to either hash marks or open number lines. Nobody needs their numbers today. That's really, really great.
We had 2 kids that really got the make 10 and the jump 10 strategies, and I felt like they were challenging themselves. They were using the number line that had just completely open number line, had no hash marks, and they were thinking about strategies, and they were able to do a make 10 and count on, and they were able to jump 10, all in the same problem. And so they're challenging themselves to think about things in a little bit different way. So I was really happy to see that, and they were really proud of themselves once they realized that that's what they were doing.
Teach me how to steal that.
Then you can put that right there.
Yeah, you remember how I did it.
One student in particular was really proud of herself when she was doing the 10 frames and she learned how she can steal and how she can move some of them over from the 10 frame to make a 10 without actually having to do that. And she came over and she really wanted to show everybody, and she was able to try that on her number line then and make that transfer between how she can make a 10 in the 10 frame and how she can make a 10 on her number line.
Can we jump 5?
Can you? Is that going to help us? Are you using a strategy? Do we know 5 plus 5?
10.
What's it get us to?
10.
Okay, so you knew how to add by 5s pretty well, right? So he used his adding. I like this one a lot because he got to 10, and then he was able to continue with his 5s. I like that. Great.
No. Did you jump 13 jumps? Oh, no. Oh, we need to jump 6 jumps. Here, no, right here. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. Wait. 6. Jumps. 2, 3, 4, 5. What's 7 minus 3? Wait.
I think that I want people to notice that they can all be working at their same or their own level. They can all be working at their own level, but still be learning at the same time. They don't have to be stuck. If they can't do this, then they're not ready. We can always be constantly moving on. Our next step is to do addition and subtraction with start unknown. They can still figure that out if they're still counting by ones, and then we can kind of put in the extra addition and subtraction skills that they need in order to move on. But they don't all have to be doing the exact same thing at the same time in order to have a right answer.